Hello, hello. Stephanie Zima here. Welcome to the webinar today where we are talking about the mentorship program, Walk It Free, where we heal, connect, and level up. And I'm going to get into the nitty gritty here, but in a nutshell, what this is, it is helping online entrepreneurs to get off this emotional roller coaster that so many find themselves on. Self-doubt, self-sabotage, overwhelm, all these yucky feelings are happening. And it's this constant roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it keeps you from making the progress that you are wanting to make. It's keeping you from making money. It's keeping you from leveling up and ranking up and achieving all the things that you want to achieve. And my mission is to get you off this roller coaster onto a solid foundation of confidence, of clarity, that you know exactly what you need to be doing, when you need to be doing that, and having the courage to take the action, because that is really where magic is going to be made. The problem we have often is that people are starting in MLMs or starting in an online entrepreneur journey, and they're all excited because they're seeing the big vision. They're seeing the things that are going to happen. They're seeing the money. They're being promised that you can make $1,000 off your phone. Do you want to make any money on the phone? Blah, 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 blah. You hear this all the time. They're buying this vision and they're so excited. And then they find themselves not creating those results. They're seeing their upline succeeding. They're seeing their friends succeeding. They're seeing everybody else being cheered on, but they themselves are not earning the trips, are not doing it, and so on and so forth. And it's not because you're not good enough. For many years, I struggled with this. I have to tell you, and I have to be honest with you, I struggled so much. I was always happy for other people to succeed, but it hurt me because I thought to myself, man, I work it just as hard. I do all the things. Why is it not working for me, and why is it working for them? And I've asked all these questions. I went out there and I've asked all my uplines, and I've asked the uplines. And, I've questioned and questioned and questioned, and nobody could tell me exactly what it was going on, why they were feeling this way, why they were doing certain things, why they had the success. And nobody could tell me exactly what was wrong with me. And the reason why they couldn't tell me what was wrong with me is because nobody taken the time to sit with me to identify, did I have any wounds, trauma wounds, anything in my past, in my paradigm. A paradigm, by the way, is your internal computer program. It's your internal computer system that stores all kinds of beliefs and values and things that you're thinking about that are either helping you or hurting you one way or another. Nobody took the time to sit with me and talked about those things and helped me overcome some of those thoughts and limiting beliefs and maybe some of those challenges, and helped me or guided me to actually craft my own path. No one did that. And I don't know anyone that I've talked to that actually has been doing that, right? So that's where my mentorship program came in, because I struggled so many years that I don't want you to struggle anymore. Okay. I don't want you to have to struggle with not knowing what to do, not having the results, not feeling confident and happy and excited when you sit down to do your business. I want you to feel that, because this is why we're doing this. This is why we're trying to build a business. We're trying to not only just make money, but we're also wanting to matter. We wanted to be seen. We want to have encouragement and happiness, and and see, the thing is, this goes hand in hand. If you're not excited for the content that you're creating, if you're not excited for the products that you're selling, if you're not excited to show up, chances are you're not showing up. Okay. And then when you're not showing up, you are not going to make any money. It's not a job where you are actually going to get a paycheck automatically. You have to put in work first, and then you will see a paycheck. And depending on how much work you put in first, this is how you get possibly a paycheck. Because some people are working a lot, but they're also not going to get paid a lot because they're doing the wrong work. Okay. So having said that, this is where this mentorship program came about. And what I do in this mentorship program that is going to start now. So I hope that you are deciding that you're wanting to get into this quarter, because we have a brand new quarter that is happening right now. And it would be a shame to let one more day pass without getting it done. Okay. So, but I'm going to talk to you about the first step, the healing step. So we have 3 different steps: heal, connect, and level up, right? Walk it free, where we heal, connect, and level up. So what exactly is the healing part? The healing part is where I move you through the different levels of transformation. Your mindset needs to be transformed. First and foremost, we need to figure out where exactly are you at in your transformation. Okay. There are different levels. So you have a state of apathy, for example. In a state of apathy, you are maybe lack engagement with your audience. Maybe you are you're procrastinating, or you're avoiding to do the work. Maybe you are you don't have any passion for it. It's kind of like everything is like, yep, it's fine, it's like whatever, I don't really care. Like, that's a state of apathy. You're not feeling any excitement about the brand or the mission or their goals, their company. Maybe they're renewing products, and you're just kind of like, nah, doesn't really matter. You're not so excited. Like, that excitement has gone. So you have lost the passion, maybe. Or maybe you're operating on an autopilot. You're doing the same things, but there's no oomph behind it. There's nothing. You're just doing it, right? Just to be for the sake of doing it. Apathy also is maybe if you're feeling resistant to self-development, if you are not wanting to grow through your struggles, if you're avoiding the coaching or the mentorship, right? That could be a resistance and being a sign of you being in a state of apathy. You just don't care enough to do something, to invest time or to invest money. You just don't care about it really that much. And that's a state of apathy. Maybe you are feeling overwhelmed, and the overwhelm turns into inaction. That would be an emotional state of apathy. Maybe you have decreased innovation, like you're not coming up with any ideas. You have no creativity. You just sit there. You don't know what content to write. You don't know what to do. You just don't know. You are in a state of apathy. Maybe you don't have a connection to your why anymore. That's a state of apathy. Okay. These kind of things, so many of you are in a state of apathy. Like, it is because you kind of know you want something, but there is a limiting belief in your brain stuck. And we need to figure that out, but there's a belief stuck somehow. Either you never amount to anything, you are not good enough, you are not capable of doing this, you are not, like, you have no trust that you are actually able to move your way out of that state of apathy. So your brain is going to offer you this emotional state of apathy to make the pain go away, for you to still be okay. Does it make sense? You're still going to be okay. Even if you're not going to make your big dream, you're still going to be okay. So you basically have this cushion of apathy around you, so it's not so painful to not make it. Apathy is a state that most people are in. And it doesn't matter if they're an online entrepreneur or not. That is the state the most people are in. They're in apathy. They're disconnected from what they really want. They're disconnected from their joy. They're disconnected from their feelings, from living life to the fullest. They're completely detached from it. Some people are in the state of grief. Feeling stuck could be feeling stuck but realizing potential. That could be a state of grief. Like, it's somewhat possible, but you're kind of still feeling stuck. Grief is reflected in emotional overload. You're totally emotionally overwhelmed. Sadness, anger, guilt, all these things are like, everything is all the time. That is a state of grief. Loss of focus and productivity. You cannot focus on anything, right? you're struggling to complete tasks, you're staying organized, for example, because their mind is so preoccupied with the feeling of loss. That is a state, that's grief. Okay, state of grief. Lack of motivation. You just can't get yourself to go. Could be grief. Isolation, pulling away from audience, pulling away from peers, from pulling away from team. Could be grief. That happened. So the isolation that happened for me with my company, it was like I was so excited in the beginning, and I kept being met with resistance from people, and I was frustrated. I thought to myself, like, what is going on? Do they not like me? What's happening? And then eventually I just stopped. I just focused on my path, focused on me. I pulled away from them. And it was really sad, because part of being in a network marketing company was supposed to be community, was supposed to be being part of a family. But if that team that you happen to be in does not necessarily have the same core values that you, and is not vibing, you might not get that. However, that doesn't mean you can't create it, okay? But it could put you in a state of grief. So you could be isolating yourself. You could be dealing with overwhelm and doubt, self-doubt. It can manifest itself in physical situations, such as being fatigued or being exhausted all the time. Avoidance of work. Clearly, if you avoid to work, could be grief. Overcompensation even could be grief, right? It's if you are constantly busy, constantly doing other things, throwing yourself into work to escape the feeling of grief, that leads to burnout, by the way. Okay, people quit because they're burned out, they're exhausted. Could be because they're stuck in grief and they're not moving through grief properly and processing emotions. They are then stuck there. Okay. Difficulty celebrating wins. Yeah, that could be a sign of grief. If you are, for example, not able to promote yourself, self-promote yourself a lot, could be a sign of grief. And in this business, you kind of have to promote yourself a little bit. You have to say when you did something new. You have to say when you're helping somebody else. And if you're having problems doing that, it could be that you're stuck in grief. Okay, and grief of something that's in your paradigm, something that's been happening to you before. Healing is needed here. You need to heal that grief so that you can actually move your way through and produce the results that you're looking for. Fear is something. Fear, identifying fear-based decisions is a low vibing emotion that can prevent you from having the success that you're looking for. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of criticism, right? Oh my gosh, if they're going to say something, what are they going to say to me? If I'm going to offer them something, what are they going to think of me? Fear of the unknown. We don't know, the cold market, very scary. Scary people living there. I'm just joking, right? Fear of the unknown, fear of being visible. My gosh, if you are visible, maybe you're the target, right? Maybe when you were a child, every single time you were visible, you got smacked or you got ridiculed, or something that is painful to you has happened, and now you have a fear of being visible. Fear of losing control, fear of money issues. That is me. Terrified. I am deathly terrified of not having enough money when I get old. It's something that I'm still working on, right? So what I'm saying is, you can be ahead of the game, but you can still have one little aspect of something stuck somewhere that you still need to be working with. So sometimes when I talk to people, they're all saying like, oh, I don't need mentorship. I'm good. I've got all the training that I need. Do you really have all the training that you need? I doubt it, because I doubt that your upline can train you and help you process things that you possibly are stuck with. And even if you're super great, even if you are like a top of your company, you may be stuck with something like money issues, for example, or a fear of competition, or a fear of disappointment, or something like that that can hold you back, that is holding you back, or that is maybe not getting you accelerate as fast as you may be wanting to, right? And it only shows up on certain occasions. It doesn't mean that you are never making any progress, but sometimes those kind of things can you keep stuck. Anger is a low vibing state, right? So you have apathy, you have grief, you have then the next state would be anger, using frustrations as a motivator, which frustrations is really good motivator for me sometimes. Frustrations over business challenges, resentment towards competitors, internalized anger. What else do we have here? Outbursts towards team or clients. That's how it could show up. Like when you're like, dang it, them again, or whatever. It could show up like that. It could show up with passive aggressive anger. It could out burnout driven anger, suppressed anger, even those like suppressed anger, for example, if going along with unfavorable deals or decisions only to feel resentment later. If you are like always, yes, if you are not setting good boundaries, for example, you are just always saying yes, and then you feel resentment later. That is suppressed anger, because maybe anger didn't feel safe. Maybe you haven't been taught how to set boundaries appropriately that you feel well. Maybe, you got in your paradigm, you have experiences that when you set a boundary to a teammate, to a customer, to a leader, to something, if you set a boundary, maybe you are afraid that you're going to get rejected, or that you're going to get ignored, or that they are just, not liking you anymore. So you are suppressing that anger that you feel, that frustration that you feel. You're going along with that to keep the peace, but you're harboring little resentment. When I hear coachings of other people, I hear this a lot, actually, where people are frustrated within their teams, and people are like, kind of upset at each other, and so on and so forth. That is suppressed anger, and it needs to be processed, because otherwise it's going to fester, and it's going to make you feel not good, okay? And it's going to hold you back. So in my mentorship program, it comes with a course. This course, the first module, is all about healing. So what I was talking and touching on here right now, we are going to work on in this mentorship in particular with, right? We are going to figure out what state are you in, and how is this showing up in your business? How is this showing up for you or against you? It's really important to identify that. And it's so customizable by person. You are completely different than the next person, and so on and so forth. So I felt that one-on-one coaching is really important. And that's why my mentorship program is one-on-one coaching. Maybe in the beginning it's one-on-one in person, right? We see each other. And then later on, as this mentorship grows, we just launched, as this grows, we are going to possibly only do voice coaching, or we're going to level up. We'll see how that's going to go. But right now it is one-on-one, you and I, we're going to figure this out. And it's really important to do, okay? To learn even how emotions impact your actions with your business. And it's not only business, but it's also going to be beneficial to your entire private life, because once you understand how this works, you are going to be able to get through this, through life in general. Okay, so that is all happening in module number 1. Okay, module number 2 is connecting. Now that you know what emotional state you're somewhat in, we know the negative, the competitive states of emotional states. That is apathy, grief, fear, and anger. And what you need to be successful with your business is you need to get to the collaborate emotional states. You need to have courage. You need to have desire. You need to find purpose, and you need to feel love. Those are the positive vibe states. Those are the ones where abundance is coming in. That's where you have success. And that's where you are feeling the intrinsic motivation that you are going to be your own leader. You're going to be the person that comes and does these things. You're going to be the one who creates it all without needing someone there to help you. Okay. So you need to connect with your mission. What are you here to do? What is your vision? Why do you want to do it? And what are your values? What beliefs do you have? See, when I teach this, you need to think about a house. Okay. Many people are building their network marketing company or their online business on a sandy ground, and then they're slapping quickly some walls there and like putting a roof on, and they're not realizing that it's just going to take one rainstorm to get that sandy foundation flushed away, and that house is going to break down. Okay. That is what happens when you build on states of apathy, grief, anger, or fear. That is what happens when you don't understand your paradigm, when you don't understand what your actual mission is. Why are you wanting to do this? There is got to be more than you wanting to make some extra money. Why? Why do you want to make extra money? And why? And why? And why? And why? You've got to come with a clear vision. See, here's the thing. It started for me with wanting to make money. That's why I started with my network marketing company. But it built really quickly into a bigger vision for me of wanting to help women feel better about themselves so they can help their children better. Because for me, it was excruciating to see how there were so many what's the word for it? Moms in an apathy state. I don't know what the verb is for that now. There were so many moms that are checked out, emotionally checked out. They're drained, they're exhausted, they're tired. Okay. And those moms I felt bad for. But ultimately I felt bad for the children. I felt so bad for the children. I felt bad for the mom because she didn't have support. She didn't have anyone helping her. And that resonated with me because I didn't have anyone. So when I built in the beginning, I was thinking about that. I was creating content from that angle of wanting to help the children, having healthier mothers. That was a mission that got me to get up in the morning, and do things for them. And from there, it grew my thinking. How am I going to help them most? What are those moms doing? A lot of the moms are in network marketing because they would like to have some extra money, because they're thinking money is a solution to their problem of feeling exhausted. And it is. When you are able to make money, you can hire yourself help. You can hire a service for cleaning or for laundry or for cooking or for whatever you need. The money will always help you get better, okay, at something, or have support. Money will buy you support, right? So mentorship buys you support, for example. That's what it is. But you need to have this mission, and you need to find your vision. What are you looking to create? An online business is something where you create. Do you want to get it into a coaching career? Do you want to just build a big downline? Maybe you want to build only a customer base that pays you $1,000 a month. Maybe, see, and here's the thing. If you want that ladder, if you want just $1,000 a month, you won't need to be recruiting a team to be doing other things. Maybe you can just treat it as a sales job and make so and so many sales that will then bring you to $1,000, and you can still be happy about it, right? You can feel fulfilled, you can feel excited, and you don't have to listen to training call after training call after training call after training call of trying to learn the leadership when you really don't want to do leadership and all you want is $1,000 a month. Okay. That clarity is important, that you figure that part out. And this is in module number 2 of my mentorship program, where we connect. We're going to connect with the mission. We're going to connect with the vision. And we're going to get through this. We're going to connect with a goal and figuring it out. Okay. Now, module number 3 is how to level up. So many of us don't know how to level up. What is it? That is what drove me nuts. How should I do it? How should I be recruiting? How should I time block? How should I do this? When do I do this? How much time do I need to put in? There's so many questions that I had and no one answered them for me. Okay. And I decided that within this mentorship program, my ability to be resilient and quick in strategy, and this is my number one skill set, strategy. I will help you to figure out exactly what system will work and what you need customized for you. This is why one-on-one is important, because we can talk about what is it your desire, what is it that you want? What is your brand going to look like? Your storefront, right? Because you want to attract people. You don't want to just, sell people. You want to attract people also. So in order to do that, you need to have a brand. You need to figure out how to showcase yourself, because let's get real, right? That is online shopping. People shop online now. Amazon, all these things. You have to have some kind of a market there, a window case, so to speak, and your profile is going to be your window case. So that's that. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to identify your brand in module number 3. We're going to talk about all of that, and we're going to set a SMART goal. What exactly is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is something that is specific to your next step. See, so many times we get frustrated and be stuck in these emotional lower states because we are thinking, oh, we want to be a diamond. Oh, we want to do this trip. We want to earn this whatever shopping spree they have. But that's not your next step. So you are already frustrated, and we move down in those lower states of emotions because you're already frustrated, because you try this and it's not going to work for you because it wasn't your next step. Okay. You're going to identify your next step with a specific goal, a measurable goal, achievable. It has to be achievable. You cannot build confidence if you are not achieving your goals. You will always doubt. You will always be, you will always question your ability if you never reach your goal. You have to have something that you actually can achieve. Then it needs to be relatable to your mission, okay, to your vision, so you can keep having your motivation. Because, yes, a mentor can push you a little bit, an upline can push you a little bit, but ultimately you need to have something that is relatable to you. And we can figure that out together in this mentorship program. And then you have to have it time bound. That's why we have a 12-week course, right? When you think about this program, I go 12 weeks. That is a quarter. So we set a 12-week goal. Then we're going to decide, do you want to continue? Yes. We're going to set another 12-week goal. Then you decide, do you want to continue? Yes. We're going to set another 12-week. And you can do this all the time until you reach all the goals that you want to reach. Okay. Or you can stop. Either way, that is up to you. Whatever it is you want, you can do 12 weeks or you can do it all. And in that, we are actually eliminating all the obstacles because, I walk this walk with you. That's why it's called Walk It Free. We are walking it, the limiting beliefs, the bad things, the frustrations, the lower doubts, the lower emotional states. We're going to walk all those free. We're going to eliminate all of them. We're going to heal through them. We're going to connect with what we really want. And then together we are leveling up because we are walking this together and we are applying as we go. Okay, together. So we are eliminating all the obstacles. We are mastering the gap, right? When we realize, oh, you set your goal, for example, you say you want to reach out for 10 people a day. And then by the end of the week, we are realizing, we couldn't make 10 people a day. Why not? This is where we figure out what your mindset obstacles are. Maybe you didn't do 10 because you simply didn't have the time. Maybe you needed to learn how to break it down more. Maybe you needed to have less. Maybe you needed to overcome the reason why it takes you 15 minutes to even get ready to send a message. Maybe there's some fears that we need to address. Okay. So mastering the gap is something that we are walking together, 12 steps every single week. We're going to have a coaching course, a coaching class that will identify these key points that will move the needle forward in your business, and you will make money. But you won't make money if you're not checking them. And yes, all of that, we're going to develop you a DMO, okay? Because have you known that every week you need to have a time block of marketing? Every week you're going to have figuring out how to put recruiting in. Every week you're going to have to put customer service in. See, so many network marketers have never been taught how to actually build business. And they're just getting their product and do it. Off you go, let's roll, you do it, right? And that is, it's a failure recipe for failure. So as simple as, like, if you don't have business background, you're gonna fail. Okay, you're gonna fail. There's no other ways around it. You're gonna have to know what is your system to do certain things, and when are you doing those certain things. And in a world that is right now so distracted with reels here and phone calls here and this and that and da 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 da, and like there's a constant sensory overload with everything, that if you do not have good skills, good time management skills, you are actually going to fail. Okay. If you are not working through all these levels, all these obstacles, connecting with what you want to do, you are not having the clarity that you need, and you are not having the direction, and you're not taking the direction that you need. You're going to continue to procrastinate. You're going to miss deadlines. You're losing trust, especially in a cold market. If you are not showing up regularly because your habits are not on point, you're going to lose trust, and you're going to circle down the drain because people are not going to trust you. Okay. You're not going to have a great productivity, therefore you're not going to have the results, and you're not, you're just not making it. So you need to get this under control. You need to figure out what state of emotions are you in? Why is it holding you back? What is in your paradigm? What are your limiting beliefs that are preventing you from creating the business that you want? Then you need to have the clarity on figuring out exactly what is your mission, what is your vision, what is your values, who are you looking for, what is your storefront going to look like, what is your brand going to be looking like, what do you want to create? And that alone is a task that if you're trying to attempt this yourself, you have blind spots. You're going to have blind spots. You're not going to shout yourself off the rooftop if you have wounds, core wounds, that told you, shh, you should be quiet, you shouldn't be seen, right? You shouldn't be heard, you're only seen. You won't never self-promote yourself if you're continuing to deal with those inner core wounds that are often in your subconscious. And they will only show up if you watch and track your behaviors. And you cannot track on behaviors by yourself. You need somebody that does that with you. That is why this mentorship program is so, so valuable. And I understand that you may think $497, which that is what it is right now, may be a lot of money for you. Okay, $497 may be a lot of money. However, $497 is nothing when you compare it to the benefits that you're going to get out of it. When you realize that you're going to get complete control over your life. When was the last time, let me ask you, when was the last time that you blew away $100 on dinner somewhere? When was the last time that you spent $200 on something that you didn't really need? This, right, would be a month, right? If you break it down, if you don't want to pay the $497 a month, there's $175 you pay. It's $175. I think it's $175 a month. Think about it. This is one target run plus something extra that you may not need to do, that will save you your sanity, that will set you up for success and that will give you a really solid foundation to build an extremely profitable business from. If you don't do this, if you are not taking advantage of it, you are going to continue to circle the drain. You're going to continue to be stuck where you are because you have these blind spots. And I'm not saying this that I'm going to be the non plus ultra, but I am telling you that I have not seen many coaches and mentors that are offering one-on-one that are that cheap in price class. The most people that are offering one-on-one are way more expensive. And because I want to help many people, and especially the ones that are just starting out, I am aware that you don't have a ton of money. So I made it affordable because it is my passion. It is my mission. I want to help the younger me, the younger version of me. And trust me, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had no money. I couldn't invest a lot, which I did invest a lot. And I also pay off still. I had to put it on my credit card, but it wasn't wasted money because it really helped me. It helped me emotionally, personally, right? Without business factor, it was helping me emotionally with my family, with my friends, with myself, with the relationship that I have with myself now. I am able to say no. I am able to set the boundaries. I am able to say when I need rest so that I don't have burnout. I am able to have joy when I work and bring my creativity to the table, bring my authentic self to the table. All of these things came because I worked through these things that I'm working with you, which I'm going to work with you. So I really hope that you're deciding $497 if you want to pay for the quarter, and that's all 3 months in advance, or if you want to go on a monthly basis, I think it's $175. That is the monthly option that you can take. And it will definitely be worth it. And right now we have one-on-one coaching still. So we are in the starting phases over here, one-on-one coaching sessions. Later on, what's probably going to happen, depending on how many people are going to be in the program enrolled every 3 months, I may have 2 spots or maybe 2 classes, group classes, where we're doing something where you learn from other people's being coached on certain things. And we have spots that you need to register for. But right now, your chance is one-on-one coaching, okay? And it's going to be amazing if you are taking the chance. The other part of why investing money is going to be so beneficial for you, it's because when you have skin in the game, you are going to be able to show up. And I need you to show up. I need you to show up to the game, to the coaching courses. I need you to watch the basic course. I need you to be there so that you can actually start implementing the things that you've learned and we can work together. I cannot coach somebody who's not showing up. So I need you to have some skin in the game. And therefore I think the price point is good for now. So if you have any questions after you see that, please feel free to reach out to me. We can talk about it, but I would love for you to get started. So reach out to me, ask me for the link, and let's get this show on the road. Let's do it. We have January 2025, and this is going to be the best year ever because with support, with love and accountability, you can do almost anything. All right. I hope to see you soon.